What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Slackerz, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Everyone Is Here tournament. So if you haven't seen this before, pretty simple stuff. 100 characters get thrown into this tournament, and then each day on the channel I upload one of the matches from the tournament. I'll talk about the two characters in the match, try to make a case why they might make sense for DLC for Smash Bros. So maybe I'll go over some facts, or maybe like a mini moveset pool for how they could potentially play if you don't know anything about them. And then we'll vote for one of the two, if not both, down in the comments. But voting's a part of the rules, so all the rules on screen right now. And you can see there is the #1 rule, and yes, that is actually a rule to anybody that's new. It's a rule simply because we have characters in this tournament that are assist trophies, that are spirits, that are me costumes, characters that are disconfirmed, you know, that will never happen. So the way I want you to view this, if you're here for the first time, there's no restrictions on who you can vote for. If they happen to be in the matchup, you're more than welcome to vote for them. It doesn't matter their current situation. If you like that character and you would like to see that character be a DLC character, be playable in Smash Bros., feel free to drop a vote for them. It's all good. But remember, you do only get one vote per person. How do you vote? Well, like I said, you just simply type the character's name down in the comments. You are allowed to vote for both if you happen to really like both the characters in the matchup, or if maybe you just can't decide on who to vote for the day. Just type both. It's all good. Still drop a vote. Cool. But the rest of the rules, double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. Once we get to the results to determine the winner and loser, if there happens to be a tie, I will flip a coin on camera, best and first way to break a tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, only lasts for 1 week. So as an example, today's Monday, meaning we'll get the results of today's matchup next Monday. And then, yeah, so that's pretty simple. Those are the rules. So let's get to the results and the matchup for the day. Alright, so the results from last week happened to, this matchup happened to have one of the characters that got talked about probably the most last week, if not one of the most talked about characters. The matchup was Cosmos from the Xenosaga series taking on P-Shooter from Plants vs. Zombies. And with all the hype around Cosmos, I don't think anyone will be too surprised. Cosmos ended up sneaking by. I did see a few votes. I don't think it actually mattered. I think she ended up winning outright, but I did notice votes that came in, you know, like 2 days ago from when I recorded all the. So within the past couple days, there was a few extra votes for her, but didn't matter. Cosmos ended up winning this one, 46 votes to P-Shooter's 28 votes. So P-Shooter has been eliminated. We're in the loser bracket for the next couple weeks at least. So whoever loses any of these matches, they are done from the tournament. So P-Shooter, sadly, has been eliminated. Pretty decent run. P-Shooter, no, I think P-Shooter went 0-2. I think P-Shooter went 0-2. Or did, no, P-Shooter, I think, 1-2. I think P-Shooter won its first match against Frank Wright, but, or Frank Weiss. Frank Wright? Who's that? I don't know. Anyway, P-Shooter's done. Cosmos, congrats, advances for at least one more match. Because, again, you got to lose twice and you're done. Cosmos already has one loss. So that means we get to go to the matchup for today. Elma from the Xenoblade series, not Saga, is, in fact, taking on Velvet Crowe from the Tales of series. So that was another series that's kind of been talked about quite a bit recently, the Tales of series. So let's, who do we start with here? Yeah, we'll start with Elma. So, Elma, interesting character here. Now, let's go back to the wind-up to Smash Ultimate being released, alright? So over a year ago. Well, yeah, over a year ago. Xenoblade was looked at as a franchise that was kind of on the rise for Nintendo. It has multiple entries. The fans were really getting behind it. It's a very well done series. A lot of people thoroughly enjoy it, myself included. And after Shulk's inclusion for Smash Wii U 3DS, the next step for a lot of fans was, alright, Xenoblade's going to get a second rep, right? Alright, Elma's in the discussion, right? Elma's got to be in the discussion. Sure, Rex and Pyra at the time, we were all figuring, would have been in the conversation to be a playable character. Later, we came to find that, you know, Rex and Pyra, they missed the cut. They were a bit late. You know, development cycles didn't quite link up in their favor to be thought of to be playable character in Smash Bros. So, still though, Elma was in consideration. So, another female, which would be pretty fun. It's, I always bring it up. but it's kind of a point. There's a big majority of the fan base that still feel, like myself included, like look at the DLC. Kazooie does not count. I'm talking solo female characters. We don't have any of that for DLC. Now, nowhere is it written that it's like, yeah, you have to have a solo female DLC character, alright? Nah, it's that's not a rule. That's a fan rule. So technically it's not really a rule, right? If it's a fan rule, it doesn't count. You can make up all the rules you want to try to deter other people from liking a character or voting for a character or doing whatever with a character. But ultimately, you made it up. So what does that? Does it really mean anything? So I don't know. Fan rules. I don't put too much into fan rules. It's just like, okay, sure, make up what you want. It's all good. But Elma should be another fun character. So again, going back, Xenoblade would be a very awesome addition. Another franchise that's kind of looked at as, all right, cool. It could get a second one. But I guess the big thing is, I think more people were behind the Rex and Pyra train. Just in terms of they would have a fun, unique style. They would potentially be the duo, or maybe even somehow like a trio with Mythra in there as well, which would actually be really, really sick if I'm going to be completely honest. But it's a little weird for Elma. She's in a sort of a weird spot. She's not. She wouldn't be the front runner. And let's talk about the fact that Sakurai did come out and say that he would have loved to have put Rex. I don't know if he said Rex or Rex and Pyra, or at least Rex in general. He would have loved to have put Rex in Smash Bros. As a playable character. Now, ultimately, we only got the Mii costume for him, so it kind of hurt his chances. But you got to remember, for DLC after the Fighter Pass, we're getting additional fighters, and anybody could be back on the table. Now, sure, again, a fan rule, because Sakurai or Nintendo have not come out and said spirits, assist trophies, nothing like that are solidly disconfirmed. They won't happen. That's a fan rule. Sure, it might make a lot of sense, but it's still a fan rule. So take it what it is. But Elma, she is a spirit in the game, right? Because there you go. She is a spirit. So maybe that's working against her right now, because it's like, all right, why would you give her spirit if you're gonna think about adding her later on? You could give her a different. Obviously, spirits, like fighter spirits, there's characters that have multiple. Kind of. There different stances, different poses, maybe different outfits in general you could have. Elma does have a couple you could choose from, so it's like a different sort of appearance, but it's still the same Elma, so it's a weird argument for her. I would like to see a second Xenoblade rep. I'll be completely honest. I would love to see a second Xenoblade rep, but Rex with Pyra and or Mythra would definitely have my vote far and away for a second Xenoblade rep by any means. But Elma, I think her name gets thrown around decently. It's not. I don't think she's like ever going to be a front runner. This is my opinion. So if you don't agree, that's fine. But the way I view Elma, she's not really like, all right, yeah, she's going to be solidly, in contention for DLC, or she's going to be solidly in contention for the next Smash game. Nah, I really wouldn't be surprised if the new DLC, again, when it was announced that we're getting additional fighters, Sakurai did say that Nintendo is still picking that DLC. I made a video on that a few months ago, but, so, if it would have been the other way around, if Sakurai would have been the one to pick, I 100% believe he probably would have put Rex in the game then as a DLC character. Maybe he was able to talk Nintendo into it. I don't know. I guess the whole point for Elma, I don't think she has a great chance, even if Rex and Pyra are never going to happen for Smash Ultimate DLC. I still don't think Elma has a great chance, but doesn't mean you can't vote for her. So, let's talk about her opponent, though. All right, let me move to her opponent. An interesting character, Velvet Crowe. Tales of series, right? So, let's talk Tales of, another series that's been talked about quite a bit. Lloyd Irving's been in the discussion quite a bit lately. So, where does Velvet Crowe fall into this? Now, if anything, if anyone from the Tales of series were to be heavily considered, you'd have to think Lloyd Irving would get that spot, whether you like him or not. I guess simply based on the fact that Nintendo got a Mii costume for him in Smash Wii U 3DS. that's yet to return, so it's a tiny bit suspicious. Like, okay, will Bandai, let's talk about Bandai real quick again. Bandai's worked on the game with for Smash Bros. With Nintendo for, Wii U and 3DS and now Ultimate and Ultimate DLC. So they worked on it for quite a while. And a lot of fans, myself included, are really like, they deserve another rep. Maybe that last fighter for FP5 is going to be a Bandai rep. So if it is indeed a Tales of rep, more than likely it's going to be Lloyd. That's just how I view it again. That's how I view it. But Velvet Crowe, if Tales of was an actual series they discussed, she's in the conversation, definitely. She's a fan favorite amongst the Tales of universe. She's got a decent following in Smash Bros. She also had a pretty good following in Soul Calibur, of all things. I don't think she was ever an actual playable character. But I want to bring... This was actually a pretty cool point that I ended up finding out. Somebody in the Soul Calibur create a fighter did a very good replica of a Velvet Crowe fighter, and that got an actual petition online. It got that circulating, and tons of people were signing that to get the actual Velvet Crowe as a playable rep. Now, Bandai, they own Soul Calibur, so if they wanted to, they could have just been like, alright, here you go, Velvet Crowe's in. I don't know if that ever happened. I should probably have looked that up. I don't think it did, though, but if it did, I mean, that's awesome. The point of that story, though, is she has a very big fan base, a very big following. Like, it took one person coming up with create a fighter to look like Velvet Crowe for people to be like, yo, I want this. Now, what does that have to do with Smash? Look, if people want her in a fighting game, why can't they want her in Smash Bros? And there's already people that do, which is great. So, moveset potential. She would definitely be more of a hand-to-hand kind of martial artist. She does have a bunch of blades like on her arms and her feet or her legs or something, so she would be like an up-close martial artist type of character, but with a lot of slashes. So that's, could have like an added effect, which would be kind of cool. So maybe throw a couple punches and then the blade comes out and a slash attack. I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting sort of stuff there. But like moveset, I think she uses her legs quite a bit, kicking and that sort of stuff. So maybe a character that revolves a lot around, I don't know, a leg-based kind of moveset. Like, we have a lot of martial artists, a lot of hand-to-hand combats that use a lot of their fists and hands and elbows and, that kind of stuff. Sure, they use their feet and kicks and whatnot, but like a moveset not entirely based around kicking, but, but maybe heavily revolved around legs and, I don't know, something like that would be kind of interesting. I guess if you can bring a style that's not in Smash Bros. Already, it's like, okay, there's a lot. I mean, I'm looking at the roster right now. There's a lot of characters on there, and there's a lot that bring a lot of diversity and uniqueness to the roster. So if you can do something a bit unique as well, I'm more than welcome to your addition on the roster. So I like Tales of, but if Tales of ever gets a rep, my favorite, my personal hope would be for Lloyd. I'll be honest about that. I like Lloyd. I like the dual sword user. I like what Lloyd has to offer. Velvet, again, you got to touch on what about her outfit? I do believe she has a couple different outfits. This one might be a little revealing, so they might have to tinker around with it, give her just a different outfit so it fits the Smash style a little bit better. That whole argument, all right, is she showing too much cleavage, or was it the like the upskirt? Wasn't that the big issue? The upskirt, it wasn't really the cleavage, I don't think. It was something upskirt shots, I think that's what it was. So I think just tinkering with the outfit, giving her a different one that maybe covers up a bit more would help her chances. But overall, for Tales of, I think Lloyd would have to be the front runner, and especially for this matchup, I like Elma a bit better in this one. So Elma's got my vote for this one. So yeah, let me know who you guys got down in the comments, either Elma or Velvet Crowe, or both. Totally fine. So that's it for this one. Sneak peek for tomorrow. We have a fun matchup actually tomorrow. Bandai's back, but so Microsoft is also back. That'll be a fun matchup though. Master Chief is taking on Hayachi in the loser bracket matchup tomorrow. I can't wait for that one. That'll be a good one. And then Who do we get the results of? Tomorrow we'll get the results of Chun-Li, who is taking on the Knight from Hollow Knight. So that'll be good. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a second video coming out today. I'm pretty sure. Has to do with an amiibo. You'll see. It's, I don't know. It's alright. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.